With the recent airing of the survival show Girls Planet 999, a lot of people have been looking into the trainees, especially those who have a history in the K-pop scene. On top of that, recently, fans have become worried about members of one specific group and their whereabouts. So today, I want to go over the short but worrying career of the girl group FANATICS and hopefully pique people's interest, as well as bring awareness to the company's strange and concerning actions. Before we start talking about the group's career, I want to preface this video by saying that this is all stuff that I found through my own research by talking to fans and doing some Google research. So I can't guarantee that everything in here is 100% accurate. I will leave all my sources down below as always. But if I have something wrong or misunderstood something, please correct me in the comments nicely. Secondly, I am recording in a new area right now, so I hope it sounds alright. Please tell me what you think if you're a viewer of mine and you know how my videos usually sound. But without further ado, let's start right now. Two girls that would later be joining the girl group FANATICS started their careers on the survival shows Produce 101 and Produce 48. Lee Chae-lin was a contestant on the first season of Produce 101 back in 2016, joining the show under the company Mitas Entertainment. The company has since changed their name to Media Line Entertainment, and for those who might not know, that is the company that was revealed to have mistreated their group East Light. Chae-lin ended up placing 87th on Produce 101. The second girl, Doa, was on the third season, Produce 48, joining under the company Fascino Entertainment, or for short Fent. Doa ended up placing 23rd in Produce 48. Prior to the group's official debut as FANATICS, the group formed a subunit called Flavor. The subunit had Doa, as well as two other Fent trainees, Yoonhae and Jiae, who was from Taiwan. Flavor had their debut on November 26, 2018 with the single Milkshake. Just a few days later, they released a music video for the Chinese version of Milkshake. The single album peaked at 46 on the GAN album chart with just over 1,000 copies sold. The debut did gain some attention as Doa, a very loved contestant on Produce 48, was in the group. The group FANATICS finally had their debut on August 6, 2019. The group had 6 members, 3 of the girls from the group Flavor, Yoonhae, Doa, and Jiae, as well as Doi, Chae-lin, who was in the first season of Produce 101, and the Chinese trainee Shika, formerly known as Ren Shika. The 6-member group debuted with their mini album The Six with the title track Sunday. The album peaked at number 27 on the GAN album chart with over 2,000 album sales. When the group debuted, each member represented a day of the week, Doa being Monday, Jiae being Tuesday, Chae-lin being Wednesday, Doi being Thursday, Shika being Friday, and Yoonhae being Saturday. Now, there was no Sunday, but I want to guess that the group probably wanted to name their fans Sunday. However, the fan name was already taken by a new group called Saturday, but that's just my personal speculation. I will talk more about the fandom name later on. On April 12, 2020, it was announced that the group was getting ready for a comeback and that 2 new members would be joining FANATICS. The girls were Via and Ryan, also known as Nayeon. Along with the news, it was announced that 2 of the girls from the debut lineup, Yoonhae and Chae-lin, would be taking a break. I don't think there was ever announced officially why they were taking a break, but I believe the reason why they were on a break was to focus on their studies. I also want to mention, since we just talked about it, that the 2 new members never got appointed weekdays, which is understandable as there are only so many weekdays. After a long wait, FANATICS had a comeback with their second mini album plus 2, promoting with the title track of Vavi Girl. The girls in this comeback were Doi, Shika, Jiae, Via, Ryan, and Doa. Their album peaked at 36 on the GAN album chart with just over 1,400 copies sold. This song was what personally interested me in the group, and I decided to check out some of their live stages back then, and let me tell you, I literally dislocated my jaw when the girls just started doing skipping rope, but Jiae was like doing flips. It's very iconic, but it also kind of reminds me of this clip. Once again, fans had to wait for a very long time for any kind of comeback. On May 19th, 2021, the group released a special digital single called Starry Night. For some reason, only a few members sang the song, those being Tae, Taelin, Ryan, and Doa. This release was more of a song for the fans, and they did not promote the song on music shows. Most recently, 3 of the members joined the new survival show Girls Planet 999, which started airing on August 6th. Ryan and Doa joined as a part of the K group, and Tae joined as a part of C group. Ryan sadly got eliminated on episode 5, and Doa and Tae both got eliminated on episode 8. This did give some deserved attention to the group, and now people are waiting to see if the group will use this attention and have a comeback. The group hasn't been around for too long, however there's already a list of worries. And more recently, fans are worrying that not only 1 but 2 members have left FANATICS. Let's take a look at the reasons why people are worried about this girl group. There's a lot of issues that I and fans in general have about the company and the group, like the lack of statements and transparency with Fent, a strange business deal that seemingly never went through, strange live streams, and other stuff. So I'm going to go over some of the big things that I think need to be discussed. Let's start with something that most people that have maybe heard of Fanatics probably know about. Let's talk about the instance that you might actually know about, the vlive that took place in early September of 2020. However, many news sites didn't actually start covering this until a week later. Let's start by talking about what actually happened on the vlive. When you first watch the clips of the vlive, you might notice that all of the girls are wearing shorts, skirts, or something that reveals the legs, and even at some points you can see up the girl's skirt. This is the reason the whole incident happened. 4 girls are seen on screen: Ryan, Doi, Taelin, and Via. We also know from context clues that 3 other members are behind the camera, those being Yoonhae, Shika, and Doa. There's also at least one other person in the room, that being the camera person, which the girls called multiple times President on the live stream. Someone off screen hands the girls 2 jackets to cover their legs. However, let's watch what happens after this takes place.
저희 대표님 진짜 잘생겼습니다. 여기 댓글에 갑자기요? 대표님 꿀피부가 일찍 주무시는
약간 지금 제 앞에 조명이 있거든요. 그래서 잠깐 저와 조명이 만남을 가지는 카메라 엄청나요 지금.
카메라 세팅 좀 잘해주세요, 대표님. 잘했어.
그래서 아샤추
맞아요.
아샤추가 아이스티 샤추가
진짜 맛있어요.
진짜 맛있어요. 저 하루에 꼭 2잔씩
뭔가 안 어울릴 것 같은데. 근데 맞아. 진짜 맛있어요.
진짜 맛있어요.
윤혜 학교 자랑.
sorry.
아니 근데 이거 오해하지 마세요. 입고 온 게 아니라 도희 언니는 또 할 게 있어서 가져온 거잖아요. 저 학교 잔 거는. 막 여기 좋은
아샤추 아는 사람 있어.
왜냐면 그때 말했었어요. 한번 언급을 해가지고.
진짜? 아샤추 맛있어.
Before I continue, I do want to give a shout out to this person on YouTube, 1-Inch Barrier, who made an amazing breakdown of events. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it, as it gives more detail, and it's a very interesting video to say the least. Back to the vlive. After a member off screen hands the girls a jacket, it sounds like someone's getting hit or slapped, and whispers are heard. This can also be supported by the way the girls freeze up, and it's believed that someone behind the camera is saying, along the lines, quote, "The point was to show their legs, so why did you cover it?" End quote. Now, I do not speak Korean, so I have to go off what other people have been saying is being said. The reaction of Doi and Ryan is also strange, because as soon as this happened, they removed the jacket off their legs. It is believed that the member who got hit was Shika. Again, if you want to know how people came to this conclusion, please watch this video. It is also believed that the person who was filming might have been the CEO because, as I said before, they kept calling him President Nim, and also because of other context clues in the live. For this live, the girls were doing some sort of giveaway, and the man behind the camera was explaining how the winners would be getting their prizes. Plus, this is a smaller company. I don't know how much staff would be working on this one live stream. Others think that there was 2 people in the room, the cameraman and 1 staff member. After the news of the live blew up, Fent finally made a statement, and I'll read it for you. Hello, this is FANATICS agency Fent. As an agency, we recognize the seriousness of the incident in which a staff member made an inappropriate comment during FANATICS vlive broadcast on September 7th. First, we would like to apologize to the members and the fans who have been hurt by this. The agency acknowledges that the staff member's inappropriate comments were wrong and without an excuse, and the person responsible will take action against them accordingly. Fent will take more care in the future so this incident does not happen again. Once again, we apologize to the fans who love FANATICS and will do our best to protect the rights of the artist you love. Thank you. I think this strange response leaves us with more questions than answers. In this statement, they only addressed what was heard in the background, not the fact that someone got hit. And they also didn't address the fact that the girls were apparently not allowed to cover their legs. Also, why did it take the company so long to address this? Why did they only make a statement when the news started being reported about the live? Probably because they didn't really care and only wanted to save face. However, there was another statement made on Weibo in which the company said that Shika was not actually hit. They also said the reason that only a few members were on the screen was because the couch wasn't big enough, and that's why only a few were seen on screen. I also believe that someone in the live made a comment that they didn't have their makeup on. It was a very short statement, but at least they claimed that Shika did not get hurt. I really don't understand why they didn't mention this in the Korean statement though. On top of that, after some people started leaking bad on the group's vlives, this was not the first, the second, or even the third time the group didn't have anything to cover their legs. There are even strange clips where the cameraman seemingly moves the camera to include more of a girl's legs. It seems that this was being done on purpose, and that the company was allowing staff to sexually harass the members, as well as encourage people to look at the girls' legs and more. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and accuse staff or the CEO of doing this on purpose, but I have one question. Why did it happen so many times, and why did no one do anything to help the girls cover their legs? There's also another instance of a live stream that rubbed some fans the wrong way. In a live stream, some of the girls sat in front of some shelves, and from what I understand, were in the CEO's office. What some fans found strange is when you look closely at the figures that sit on the shelf, some of the figures were half-clothed anime girls. Now, I'm not here to sit and judge people what they do with their free time and what they do with their own money. However, I feel like it's a strange choice to let the girls of FANATICS sit in front of that kind of shelf on a live stream. Interestingly, Fent has gone back and deleted a lot of content like vlives and other videos, probably after they were called out for showing the girls' legs and more. And that's also why it was kind of hard for me to do some research on my own, and I had to rely on other people's information, as I couldn't really go back and watch the live myself. I don't think them deleting content makes them 100% guilty, but there sure as hell has to be a reason why they went back and deleted all of them. Before I move on from the live stream topic, I do want to add, because I think it is important, that some fans that I talked to while making this video do believe that Shika was not actually hit, and I just felt like I had to mention it before moving on to the next topic. On top of the live fiasco, Fent has a lot of issues. Let's talk about the apparent purchase of Fent. In late September, around the same time the live stream was getting backlash, news of Fent being purchased were being reported. Now, I wouldn't say that the sources I found were the most amazing, but it is what I could find. According to this website, a Chinese company called Color Star Technology had agreed to buy Fent on September 21st, 2020. The article also mentioned that the two companies had plans to complete this deal by the end of 2020, which means that when the news broke, the purchase hadn't officially gone through yet. Apparently, the original plan was for CST to acquire 100% equity interest in Fent. However, besides a few articles that were posted around the original news, I could not find any news about the contract being finalized. Me and a lot of other FANATICS fans believe that this deal never went through, since A, there was never any follow-up, and B, from what we can see, Fent's situation hasn't really changed. You would think with a new company, the group would have a comeback, or at least that's what I would expect. Maybe the purchase wouldn't have changed anything within the company, but what would be the point of going through all that? I can't find any proof to the purchase actually happening. One of the important factors of being a company that runs a K-pop group is to be open with those who support your artist. It is important not to keep people in the dark, as those are the people that have the ability to support your artist by promoting them, going to live stages, concerts, buying albums, and so on. So it's not a good look to give a lackluster or no statements at all. This company has no address, no email, and no easy way to contact the company at all. They have a clear pattern of not addressing things properly, as I will mention later when I talk about Shika's disappearance. I am not that surprised that a company like Fent sucks at giving statements when it is believed that there's like one staff member working there or even no staff. And some of the Fents I talked to for this video even recalled the CEO of Fent even straight up lying about having staff. What is also even more almost funny, on top of the group's Twitter account, Fent staff themselves have a Twitter account that they never use. The last time they posted on the account was in September 2019. What is the point of having a Twitter account for your staff if you don't use it for statements? Not that they would use it anyway, because they never give statements for anything. As I said at the start of the video, FANATICS started promoting with the subunit Flavor. It was originally planned that the Flavor unit would debut first, and that the other three girls, Shika, Chaelin, and Doi, would debut in a second unit, and this unit was often referred to as Uniline, and I believe the second unit was supposed to release a song just like Flavor, before FANATICS had their official debut. But from what I understand, this was never addressed, and what happened to those plans is unknown. Just like how this unit was never addressed, the latest release Starry Night was only sung by a few members. However, up until the release of Starry Night, the little amount of teasers that were given had all the girls' names on it. Fans were not expecting anything else. Or at least that the most of the girls would be singing the song, as from what I understand, Shika was not in Korea at the time. I also noticed that although Doi was not singing on the track, she is credited for the art that was used for the song. Maybe I'm just being strange, but I felt like that was a little odd to me. There was no music video for the song. However, just a few days later, they released a dance performance for the song. There we saw members Chie and Yoonhae dance to the song, and some of the fans I spoke to thought the reason why not all girls sang in the song originally was because they wanted to try new things and split it. So some of them would sing, some of them would design the cover, and some would make dance to it. But it's a little strange that the company made it seem like all the girls would be participating in this digital single and then never address it while only a handful of them were actually in the song. Usually, a company would at least say something. Something a lot of fans have been very upset about is the fact that after all this time, they still have not been given a fandom name. The girls have on multiple occasions talked about picking a fandom name, but so far there has been nothing. For an example, after a live stream where fan names had been discussed, Doa posted this tweet where she says, "Make us a fandom name that we talked about during the live by reply. I will discuss with members and let you know." However, nothing even came of that. While talking to fans, one of them, Chie Flavor on Twitter, said that they even asked Chie in a fan call if they had any names for their fans, and she just plainly said no. Every time the group is asked, like on live streams and such, they say they just haven't picked one. Another thing that I find strange is the way the company does birthday posts. This might just be a nitpick, but still I found it kind of interesting. So these are what usual birthday posts look like. Some companies put a lot of effort into their posts and sometimes even have special photo shoots. However, FANATICS company, from what I can tell, has always had lackluster birthday posts. For this year's birthday post, Via, Doi, and TA were all just old photos from Vavigo promotions. They used to do this very simple birthday post with a little bit of text over it, but now they just post straight up old photos with the same copy-paste text with each tweet. This doesn't mean on its own that the company is a shitty company or anything. I just found it a little sad, if that makes sense. We also have to talk about the reason why so many eyes are on the group these days. Girls Planet. Again, 3 of the Fanatics members joined Ghost Planet, those being Doa, Ryan, and Cie. First, let's talk about the very strange way that the company announced this news. At least on Twitter, they literally just posted a bunch of tweets that just said, Doa, Ryan, and Cie are participating in Mnet's survival show program Ghost Planet 999. Please support them. Thank you. On top of this very short statement, a video that they posted with this statement was a short edit of the girls from the Ghost Planet 999 introduction video. However, this edit was actually not made by Fent, but by a fan on Twitter that goes by FANATICS. They did not ask or give credit to the original poster. FANATICS said that at first they were a little bit upset about it, but now they don't really mind. However, it is still strange for a company to do this. After this tweet, they posted the same worded tweets over and over again with old Vavi Girl era photos, similar to their birthday posts. The company really never gave a reason as to why, but we got some insight on the show itself. When the members were asked why they were on Ghost Planet, Doa said realistically this show might be her last chance. The group and the company had been struggling during the pandemic, just like a lot of other smaller groups. Ryan also said that they felt like they were worried that they were also gonna disband.
저에게 걸스 플래닛이란 현실적인 마지막 기회인 것 같아요. 모든 게 다 이렇게 불안한 시기였어서
안 좋은 얘기들이 너무 많이 들린 거야. 막 해체했다. 근데 그게 뭔가 무언의 압박처럼밖에 안 들리는 거야. 너네도 오지 않았다.
So going on the show was kind of their attempt to keep the group going. I don't think the girls going to Ghost Planet 999 is a reason to worry, as if anything, it's showing that they're not giving up easily. I just feel like the company's lack of announcement and lack of care was kind of rude, to be honest. Now, this is the main reason I finally started working on this video. Although I knew about Fanatics and some of you even requested me to talk about them, I didn't really know too much until I saw this tweet by Nugu Promoter. Fans started the hashtag #WhereIsShika to try to get some answers from the company, so I decided to take a further look into Fanatics and what was going on. I actually took the time to look at their Twitter and see that Shika has only posted 4 times on Twitter this year, compared to the at least 23 posts she made last year. I counted only posts of like selfies or videos that Shika posted herself, not including with other members or birthday posts. At least 23 posts in 2020, but only 4 in 2021. Compare that with other members. In 2021, Chaelin posted over 23 times, Yoonhae over 80 times, Via 23 times, and even the girls who joined Ghost Planet 999 have posted more. 2 of the posts were from the first half of the year, the 3rd post was for her birthday, and most recently it was a video on Twitter which was a bit boring to look back on. In this video, Shika says that she is gonna go to China and will be starting her solo stuff. She also asks people to support Fanatics. Then most recently, that flared up worry for Shika was that most of her videos were deleted from YouTube. Stuff like promotional videos, vlogs, and her playlist of content were deleted. This of course made people very worried, and most of the fans that I asked think that Shika is not coming back to Fanatics. She's even joined another company in China and is gonna be doing her own work. The whole issue with Shika's departure is there's been no official statement from Fent themselves. So I'm not saying that Shika hasn't left. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I am saying that there has been no official statement of her departure from the group. Only that she has gone to China and is starting a new chapter. Here's a little editing note. As I was still making this video and editing the script and search, another update about Shika happened. Fent updated their YouTube About section and they have removed Shika's name from the About section. People believe that this is the nail in the coffin and it's about time that we accept that Shika has gone from Fanatics, but yet there is no official statement, which I find ridiculous. Now I want to talk a little bit about Chaelin, as she is another member that has not been seen for a while, and recently people started speculating about Chaelin's status in the group. The last time Chaelin posted onto Fanatics social media was on August 6th for the group's 2nd anniversary. Since then, we have not heard from her. The company has apparently deleted some of her videos, and they didn't even post about her birthday, which was on October 20th. Even when Chaelin and Yoonhae were on a hiatus from Vlive Girl, they would post on social media, but now Chaelin has completely stopped. This worry was once again amplified when all of the members of FANATICS opened their own personal Instagrams, all besides Shika and Chaelin. The fans started a hashtag to try to get a response from Fent about Chaelin's whereabouts, but nothing so far. Speaking of the girls opening their own Instagrams, two of the girls, Doa and Jie, already had Instagrams, but on October 26th, Doi, Via, Yoonhae, and Ryan all made their own Instagrams. For some reason, a lot of people thought that was a bad thing, and if you look at some of the tweets about the situation, people for some reason associate them with making Instagram accounts through disbandment with no proof whatsoever. Even FANATIC's own fans don't think that this is a sign of the group breaking up. There's also other stuff I want to talk about while I'm still in topic of members. Firstly, something I just find a little sad is the fact that we've never seen all 8 members together in a room. There's always 1 or 2 girls missing. It's nothing that I'm completely concerned about, but it's just because it's often due to scheduling. Once they were almost all together, but Jie wasn't at Korea at the time. But I just found it interesting, and it kind of just sucks for the fans to have never seen the group together. Another thing that I am not very concerned about, but still want to mention, is that apparently some of the girls have hinted at having side jobs. Again, I spoke to some fans for this video, and some of them recalled that last year Via had spoken about having a second job. The girls also do a lot of the work themselves, like edit their videos, subtitle them, and translate them. So the company isn't even doing a lot for them, and they're basically the ones holding this company afloat. There's a lot of reasons to worry about FANATICS, but most of the worries stem from the lackluster job the company is doing. As I said before multiple times, I talked to a lot of fans when I was making this video, and most of them even said that they weren't even worried about disbandment at this point, but rather mismanagement or mistreatment and the lack of updates. It feels like the company doesn't really care about the fans or even the group at times, which is very heartbreaking. I personally also think that with every day that goes by, FANATICS is losing the opportunity to use Ghost Planet 999 to their advantage and promote themselves by having a comeback. Before I end this video, I have some huge things to give. Thank you to Twice Punch, TA Flavor, Tama Mushroom, Nebula U, Valiant Fanatics, Fanatics Voting, Lee Ryan X, Chellin Thinker, and Happy Yoons 3 on Twitter for helping me immensely with this video. I also want to give special thanks to anyone who helped me in the FANATICS group chat on Twitter. And when I reached out to you guys for help, I didn't think you were gonna help me and invite me into a group chat with open arms, and I just want to say that every single person helped me immensely. So huge thanks to each and every one of you, and for just being so nice. I literally have this is one of the nicest fandoms I've ever met, and it just I love you guys. I always try to reach out to fans of the groups I talk about, and this is one of the most pleasant experiences I've ever had. So once again, thank you to everyone on the screen for helping me with this video. Again, I want to say before I end this video that if you have some corrections, please make them in the comments in a nice way. And also, please tell me what you think in the comments, because I'm actually really curious what people think, after watching Ghost Planet 999, if you guys knew about all this. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.